Well, part of their journey was by water, a beautiful sight in the Niger Delta. And so it was back to Mauritania, a special of 539 kilometers. Gone was the greenery. It was desert conditions once more. Yes, and make or break time, particularly on the bikes. So many riders still in with a chance. And one man in particular showed the rest the way. Alfie Cox has navigation difficulties, but when the road is clear, he's the fastest man there is. And so it proved on the day. He finished in 6 hours, 4:56. Well, unlucky for others, Kari Tiener, the Finn. Gearbox trouble. He spoke to us.
It was 70 kilometers before the end. My gearbox went broken. I lost the fourth gear. And I crashed also because of this, and I was really scared that I can't finish the stage.
Thierry Magnaldi was also out to put as much space between himself and Sainz as possible on the day. He third fastest, ahead of Bioni, the man wearing the #1. Great balance, great poise. He said he had to take his time, and measured performance. Fourth in front of Sainz, the leader, but the gap at the top, just 2 minutes and 1 second to Thierry Magnaldi. The battle on four wheels, predictable of course. Schlesser against Prieto, the two men at the top, out to outdo each other. Well, both had their problems. Schlesser, it was a puncture, and then stuck in camel grass. Prieto took advantage, but difficulties for him as well. Overheating shock absorbers meant that he finished the day 30 seconds adrift of Schlesser, the gap widening then at the top. Kenjiro Shinazuka driving for pride. He won the day. Stays over 2 hours off the pace.
Only 26 kilo we don't have a piste, just off-road. Then after the off-road we had the piste, just follow the piste. So I think piste of last years. So just follow the piste, no navigation, nothing at all.
Shinazuka 1 minute and 6 seconds clear of Jose Maria Servia. He had puncture problems, but a quick change meant that he was to finish second ahead of Schlesser. Kleinschmidt, fourth on the day, ahead of Prieto. Enough to stay in touch, but 45 minutes off the pace. Another battle going on, the T1 class. Luc Alphonse up against Jean-Pierre Strugo. Strugo led at the beginning of the day by 13 seconds. By the day's end, Alphonse was on top once again. In the trucks, Moskovski blocking the Hummer, not intentionally. Moskovski leading the trucks, the Hummers playing catch-up in the tough terrain. So on to stage 12 of the Dakar, and time running out for those jockeying for position. Neymar all the way to Tichet, a special of 490 kilometers. Well, through the majestic Elephant Pass today, Hubert Oriol, as always, the race director, on hand to oversee proceedings. And a dramatic day it turned out to be, as always. John Deacon giving us a wheelie to get us underway. Well, this is the day that KTM really had to get team tactics sorted out if they were to catch Richard Sainz, the leader. Well, they failed to do that. Everyone seemed to be together in the morning, including Sainz. Nobody blocked him, however, and he got the jump on them at the death. Sainz was heading for victory this day. Yes, we were all together, he says, by the time we took on board fuel. Afterwards, we left together, but in the last 90 kilometers, I just opened it up and took it. Sainz extending his lead. Meoni, the nearest man to him on the day, 1 minute and 44 seconds off the pace, securing his place in third. Magnaldi, the real loser, finishing the day 2 minutes and 40 adrift, the gap extending for Sainz at the top. Alfie Cox, the tough guy, came home after a troubled day with a sore arm in sixth, fourth overall. The cars, no doubt about the picture of the day. A clash between Prieto and Schlesser. And there were arguments to follow, I can tell you. Schlesser was damaged at this point, his reflation system shot, but he was to get back later, as was Jose Maria Serbia. 1 and 2, the Schlesser-mobiles. Mitsubishi having a rough time. Prieto himself got stuck in the dunes, and at the arrival it was Schlesser that led them in. And he said, Prieto hit me, very strong. Well, no problem, they said. Prieto said, what do you mean, no problem? He hit me. Well, they managed to patch it up afterwards, thankfully. All smiles. 20 minutes separating those two at the top. Kleinschmidt, 1.5 hours off the pace after a disastrous day, finishing 46 minutes down in 7th. And as always, a mixed day for Shinazuka. He always blows hot or cold. Well, he was to finish 3rd on the day, 4th behind Kleinschmidt overall. Yes, time running out for those hoping to get a jump on the leaders. Matsuoka finishing 6th. De La Verne, the highest placed Nissan, 5th on the day. And so to stage 13, and it was to prove to be unlucky for some. Tishit to Attar, a special of 579 kilometers, and it was a case of the day after the night before. 1 motorcycle, 3 quads, 12 cars and 7 trucks held up by bandits at gunpoint. Race director Hubert Auriol made the announcement in the morning. Many people very shaken. Thankfully nobody hurt, but the vehicles were missing. They'd been left alone in the desert. So it's a case of look and see. The tracks were obvious, and just by a bivouac, most of the vehicles, all bar 4 Toyota Land Cruisers, were recovered. Well, the Army and the Air Force were out in force, looking for the others. They were not to be found. And so to the day's stage, and a problem of focus, perhaps, for the competitors. Thierry Magnaldi was to win the day in 7 hours, 56 minutes. He was trying to put as much space, of course, between himself and the leader, Sainz. His overall lead reduced, others in the game as well. Acaron's 3rd on the day, ahead of an extremely brave Alfie Cox. Cox arm trouble, causing him difficulty again. It swelled to the size of a football. They drained half a pint from him. He carried on to finish 4th. Mioni also in difficulty. In the dunes, lost his fuel cap, had to go slowly. But nobody had worse luck than Tiernan. Oil spilling onto the motor. The flames began. He tried to put it out. It was ablaze. His race at an end. So victims on the bikes. Victims the night before. And it was tough as well on the leaders in the cars. Schlesser stuck in the dunes. Got a tow from Jose Maria Serbia. Then Serbia got stuck. Got a tow from Schlesser. Helping each other. As always, the buggies featuring once again. Yes, Prieto and Shinazuka were in the chase. They got lost. Navigation problems as ever. Prieto 3rd behind Schlesser. Shinazuka 4th ahead of Serbia. Jutta Kleinschmidt, though, was back on form. Her luck finally returning. She won the day, 8 hours 43.56, 1 minute and 22 clear of the leader. Yes, Schlesser's lead up to 26 minutes. Clear of the chasing pack. Prieto, of course, heading them. A difficult day after a very difficult night. Well, on board with Pescarolo in the Nissan. He says the car was very heavy on the day, filled to the brim with fuel, just in case he got stuck in the dunes. Spare parts on board as well. He was 500 kilos overweight, and he had to be. All change as well in the trucks. Lepre, the new leader, after a great day. The same couldn't be said for Moskovsky. Stuck in the dunes, losing top spot. And so to stage 14, the last real Dakar stage for those who could pose a challenge to do so. A 433 kilometer special from Attar to Nouakchott.